All I do is win and win and win no matter what. I got freedom on my mind, I don't really give up. And every time I go through a border patrol checkpoint, all the guards cooters pucker up, and they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there, up, down, up, down. What's up, people? This video is from James Freeman, and he has the best intro. The blue line is actually a snake at the end of the blue line, and it chokes out Justice, Lady Justice. So the name of this video is 10-year-old films border patrol checkpoint refusal. This is James Freeman's kid. He does a decent job. He needs a little more focus on keeping people in the frame, but that's all right. He's 10 years old. This is a future patriot. Remember, people, this is James Freeman's channel. So you type in James Freeman into a search bar and it comes right up, and then you can subscribe and click the bell. He deserves way more than 53,000 subscribers, since he does this far better than me. And I must say he's a little snappier than I am with the comebacks, because he catches me off guard. I end up laughing out loud sometimes. So here we go. So this is an east to west interstate. I do not believe it crosses the border at any time. And there's a lot of bugs along the way.
U.S. citizens?
Free to go?
Are you U.S. citizens?
Free to go?
Are you U.S. citizen?
Do you suspect us of a crime?
You're being detained until I ascertain your citizenship, sir.
Can we please just be free to go down the road?
You're being detained until I can ascertain. I'm going to have to look that word up. Ascertain. I have an inkling of what it means, but so I can ascertain if you're a U.S. citizen. So let's see the steps he takes to ascertain if James Freeman is a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
Did I?
Lord, you're gonna puncture your tires. Just answer my questions.
What?
Are you U.S. citizens?
Why are you trying to?
Just answer my questions. Oh, here's the thing with this. If you're a U.S. citizen, you don't have to answer questions. And if you're not a U.S. citizen, you're going to lie. These are training points. They're not checkpoints because they're not really checking anything. All most people say is, yes, I'm a U.S. citizen, and they get waved through as long as these highly intelligent Border Patrol checkpoint officers notice something on your car. And they're more in it for revenue than keeping people out of the country that aren't supposed to be here. Because they could easily just go to any sanctuary city and round up all the illegals if they wanted to.
Intimidate me into answering your questions.
I'm not trying to intimidate you, sir. I just need to ascertain that everybody on board has the right to be in and remain in the United States. That's all I'm doing. It's just my job.
Then go ahead and do your job. Don't ask me to do your job for you. Ascertain that with your own tactics. Me answering questions isn't me being unlawfully detained for committing no crime, no reasonable articulable suspicion, and no probable cause. Doesn't mean I have to answer your questions.
It's nothing over.
Okay.
Nothing political, nothing more. Please answer my question. Is everybody on board a U.S. citizen or has the right to be in the United States?
Am I legally?
And that's exactly right. Politicians offered me money to wear a gun and a costume and intimidate you into waiving your right to remain silent. That's your Fifth Amendment right. But this is not political, says the guy in the green costume.
Required to answer your questions? I'm not trying to be a problem here. I just thought
that
that
a problem, sir.
you're.
See, immediately, all he did was am I required to answer your questions? And instead of answering honestly, which the answer is no, and he knows it, he sighs and says you're causing a problem.
I think you're being a problem. I think you're being a problem for the Constitution of the United States.
This checkpoint has been here forever. Okay.
How long is forever?
Again, we've been committing crimes forever, so it's de facto law now, widely accepted yet illegitimate. So we're here for a long time. The reason we're here is because we're armed and we're in a group and we protect this point like a military checkpoint. And he keeps using the excuse of we're just doing our jobs. I'm just following orders. People, in case you don't know, they had the trials in Nuremberg after World War II in Nuremberg, Germany, and the Nazi soldiers in them, their defense was, we were just following Hitler's orders, which is what all police and police apologists say nowadays. They're just doing their job. They're just doing their job. No, their job is to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. That would mean the Fourth Amendment, a reasonable search and seizure shall not be violated. What you're seeing right here is a violation. There's no oath or affirmation. There's no RIS. There's no PC to stop, especially American citizens within the country. This is not in the border. This is not the border. It doesn't intersect with the border.
All it is
Since 1950?
no,
So not forever.
no,
Okay.
sir.
I'm not,
just
like I
answer-
said,
Just answer.
you're the one who's being difficult towards the laws of the nation. I mean, I know the
You'll be
Supreme...
detained until I ascertain your citizenship. You decide when you want to do that. Okay.
Hello?
Wait. You're being detained until I ascertain your citizenship. You let me know when you want to do that. Wait, you just said you have to ascertain it. What does that have to do with me? I don't have to help you do your job, dude.
So
We're
you're...
here 24 hours a day. I don't
24 hours? Okay, I'll go ahead and just call the sheriff out here.
Go ahead.
Okay. So you have reason to believe I'm not a U.S. citizen?
I do not know your citizenship.
Do you have reason to believe that I'm not?
I do not know your citizenship.
Because even under your...
So I don't know if you are or not. Then why am I being stopped? What reasonable suspicion do you have to impede my freedom of travel? This is not America, people. You should be able to travel unmolested, unviolated, unseized, unsearched, and unquestioned from state to state without guys with guns stopping you. Period. Those who sacrifice liberty for security will get neither.
rules, you've got to have a reason to detain me indefinitely.
You're being detained until I determine your citizenship.
Okay, so go ahead and determine it. I'll wait.
So he's going to get the dog now.
Oh no.
So now this guy's butt hurt, so he's going to escalate it. He knows he doesn't have to answer questions, so he's going to try everything in his power now.
Notice how he just kept saying yeet, yeet.
Is that what he was saying? We free to go now?
Whenever you feel like answering my questions, yes, you will be free to go.
Okay, so he's saying, in America now, not at the border, in America, this guy, I wonder if these guys swear an oath to the Constitution. I'm assuming they do. Take the same oath as every other law, quote unquote, law enforcer. So this armed man in America who has impeded the freedom of James Freeman has just told him that unless you surrender your Fifth Amendment right, I'm going to keep you here as long as I feel like it. So he keeps saying he needs to determine if they're U.S. citizens. And if they are, he's demanding they surrender their Fifth Amendment right. I mean, the contradictions in this scenario are endless.
So we're being detained for failure to answer questions?
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Are we being detained for failure to answer questions? Is that what you just said?
You're being detained until I determine your citizenship, sir.
So go ahead and do it. What are you waiting for? Go ahead and do it.
Being detained for invoking our Fifth Amendment. Right.
Would you like to read about our checkpoints?
We've actually got toilet paper in the back already.
James Freeman.
Enjoy your stay.
Wait, enjoy your stay? What does that mean, dummy? You just said you were going to try to determine his citizenship. So when are you going to do that? You are going to determine his citizenship. Not he's going to determine it for you. No, people, you have no obligation to perform for these people. The reason you do it is because you've been indoctrinated your whole life from school all the way up to answer to these people. When in fact, they should be answering you if you're not committing a crime. If you're not committing any crimes, you should be able to summon these guys to help you with something legitimate if you have a legitimate concern. Otherwise, they're supposed to leave you alone. Watch what he does now to determine his citizenship.
What's that?
I wonder if they waved Mom through just because she's a girl.
I don't know.
It's possible.
Yeah.
What is he doing so far to determine whether James Freeman's a citizen? I'm trying to figure this out. So far, what's he doing to determine their citizenship?
I think I see him smiling back there.
Yeah, they do think it's funny.
Kind of want the camera back now.
Hold on 1 second. I need to get a live stream up. Here. You can hold the camera, but point it back there at them, okay?
I'm gonna fast forward.
Got Minnie Freeman here, working the camera. Joshua Haynes, this is I-10 westbound in New Mexico.
I'm watching them the best I can. They're trying to moving all over the place. There's only 2 cameras. Got 3 guys out here.
These are more kids being escorted out. Transported the wounded to hospital. At least 9 people were killed. Multiple fatalities including a chaotic and frightening situation.
I'm glad they're showing this ad because this is such nonsense. I'll tell you right now, people, these ads are so vague and so erroneous. You should never, ever, ever trust these commercials. If anything tells you about guns or not voting against guns, don't ever vote against guns. You're only voting against your own family's safety. If you vote against any type of gun measures, if you vote to restrict anything involving guns for peaceful citizens, you're gonna enslave yourself, and your family's not gonna be safe. Vote no always on anything gun related. No, no, no.
Check this guy out. Go ahead and point the camera over here. Hey, point the camera over here at this guy. Howdy.
2v1.
So that's pure intimidation tactic right there. I'm gonna fast forward a little because they just stand around and do nothing. So how are they determining his citizenship?
Doing.
Letting everyone else go by.
Dude.
To the checkpoint. We were filming.
Now look at all these people. They just, oh yeah, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, massa, yes sir, massa. Thanks for occupying our roadways and letting us go through this checkpoint. Would you like me to do some soft shoe? I mean, this is disturbing, man. Just one after another. It's out of fear. Grow a pair of testicles, people. If everyone acted like James Freeman, the roads would be backed up for 30 miles and this checkpoint would go away. Period. This is slave training.
Not live streaming though.
I caught that part.
Yeah, Mini-Me was filming the whole time. Appreciate phone calls. The sheriff's department out here also, maybe.
That's another good thing. Phone bombing or phone blasting or phone whatever it's called. Just calling and saying, we're watching you, dude. What are you doing? We're watching you.
I think we're a lot more likely to get free quicker if they know that the world knows that we're here.
We can do this again on the way back.
No, the officers are not paying attention to us. We could jump out.
Yeah, so they're so worried about James Freeman that they're turning their backs. How are they determining his citizenship right now?
Spike strips aside and take off if we wanted to.
Oh, found the guy.
Yeah, Mini Freeman is rocking.
I agree.
Alright. I think they're about to... What's that? Are you detaining me for failing to answer questions? You're detaining me for asserting my right to remain silent? You're detaining me for remaining silent?
Detaining you because I have not determined your citizenship.
They've got another dog out. There's a dog inside
Yeah, I thought that was the end.
of that truck.
Springer, I'm gonna move this stuff.
Dang, there's 5 people.
Boomer said,
Springer, I'm gonna move this stuff so you can have a good day.
all right, hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm going to move the spike strips. Have a good day, Mr. I don't know if you said Freeman or a different last name. I don't know if that's his real last name. So all of a sudden, they're going to move the spike strips and let him have it. He didn't answer his questions. How do you ascertain his citizenship? How do you do that? The plates, the plates don't mean the driver is the person on the plates. He never identified himself. He never answered their questions. But yet somehow they ascertained if he's a U.S. citizen. Plus the kid, they don't know if the kid's a U.S. citizen. Nothing on the car will determine that. So they just put on a show. They ran the dog. They did the little camera intimidation thing. They literally have no authority over American citizens. They could do a brief detainment, according to the Supreme Court, but all this crap they did here is just extra nonsense. You do not have to answer Border Patrol checkpoint questions. This is, oh my God, I'm going to say this is America again. How many times I got to say the same thing?
Next time, just let me go, man. No reason to detain me for remaining silent. Hey, go ahead and come up here and buckle up.
Got it. Oops. Check if he actually took away the spikes.
Buckle up.
Oh, sorry.
Just waiting for him to buckle up. Make sure we're safe.
Check if he actually took away.
Hey, man, next time, just wave me through. Next time, just wave me through. Everybody else, too. Can't believe you guys are still doing these.
Now, see, that's perfect, man. Can't believe you guys are still doing these. It's shameful. How can you take this job? You cannot be an American and take this job and actually think you're an American. When I owned a restaurant, I was talking about the Bill of Rights one time to one of the servers, and she immediately ran out and asked another server if me and my mother were illegals. Because John's back in the kitchen talking about this is my restaurant that I own, by the way. I don't know if you can be illegal and own a business in your name. She goes, are John and his mom illegal? Because he's back in the kitchen talking about the Constitution, and only illegal aliens know about the Constitution. When I heard that, I mean, like my knees got weak. I almost collapsed to the floor like some boiled noodles. This girl thought that people who know the Constitution are usually illegals. So the idea that an American would know the Constitution is a foreign idea to her. Lord have mercy.
First time behind the camera, and I did it.
Zach says, all I do is win. All I do is win, win, win.
That's why I sang the song at the beginning. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. James Freeman is the man. Minnie Freeman, you the man. Good job, young man. Future patriot. You did a good job. Please, okay, people. Instead of typing in the comments, why don't I put the link in the description? Why am I so lazy? Why don't you, instead of typing that in my comments, type this into the search bar. James Freeman. And then subscribe, and then click the bell, and then click the thumbs up on his video, right? And then watch this video called 10-Year-Old Films Border Patrol Checkpoint Refusal. But mainly subscribe to James Freeman's channel. He does the work, people. You could also, while you're here, and since you're here, subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscribe button, the thumbs up, the bell. Join if you want to join. Join! If you want to join. Better effing join. I mean, only if you want to join. Anyway. Oh yeah. Christmas is coming up, people. John's coin rings on Etsy. Get one of my coin rings. I'll engrave your initials on the inside band. I'll write something in there. No, I won't, because I'm not that good at it. But I could do a couple initials, if you're lucky. Do I ever shut up? Do I ever shut up? No! Why should I? I like talking. It's fun. Get things off your chest. It's good therapy first thing in the morning. Don't look at me like that, dog. I don't care if you're sleeping. That's all you do is sleep. And then I cuddle you in the little blanket. Oh, John's on us. I'm making one of his videos again. I can't sleep because I'm a dog. Can't sleep. Oh. All right. Bye, people. No victim. No crime. Go subscribe to James Freeman.